Today was a pretty normal day, just spending my time doing my usual daily activities. But it wasn't until I reached in the fridge that it all came back to me in an instant. Shit, I forgot to make a Sendai video. Let me catch you up to speed and explain the relevance of that bottle. Back in early May was Japan's well-known annual holiday period, Golden Week. Golden Week consists of a few public holidays being relatively close to each other, and with the right alignment of dates, you can actually enjoy an entire week off of work. That is, unless you're a university student like myself, and weirdly on the public holidays we had to go to university, but then on the non-public holidays we didn't have to go. Go figure. So with my Golden Week schedule being a mess because of this, I decided to frantically organise some sort of trip that would be feasible within the 3 days that we had off together. I decided on the city of Sendai, which is just about an hour north of Tokyo by bullet train. A few friends and myself set off on this journey, and on that short time on the bullet train, we immediately noticed a drastically different landscape. There weren't thousands of buildings squished together, instead we had nice large fields and snow-capped mountains. The first thing we noticed as soon as we got off the bullet train was just how spread out everything was. I actually had breathing room. I also appreciate that one of the stores was upholding true Australian drinking traditions by having a goon sale. They should bring that one back home. Sightseeing in Sendai is made easy through the use of the Loophole. The Loophole is a system of old-looking buses that does a loop around the city to about a dozen sightseeing locations. You can buy a one-day pass for the Loophole for 620 yen, which is really convenient because you can take your time at each spot and hop on and off as much as you want, and you'd save much more money than if you paid each individual time you went on one of these buses. Our first stop was Bansui Soto, which was the former residence of a poet and an English literature scholar. The garden outside was absolutely beautiful, and inside there was a guy who was willing to tell you everything about the life of the man that lived there. Unfortunately, he didn't know a word of English, so he ended up explaining to us for about 20 minutes about this guy, fully in Japanese, and he did speak quite fast and used a lot of words that we didn't really know, so we probably only got about 20% of what he said. It was still very interesting though, but just a pro tip, if you go there, yeah, probably don't tell him that you know a little bit of Japanese. Just say, no, I don't speak it. After that, we fueled up on some udon and headed off to our next location. One thing you'll find here that you don't really find so much in Tokyo is the abundance of temples and old buildings. Some you can enter, and others you can't. Yeah, like that one we accidentally went into. Whoops. The most impressive spot, in my opinion, would have to be the former site of Sendai Castle. While the castle may not be there anymore, the stunning panoramic view sure is. The castle site is up on high ground, so you get a view of the entirety of Sendai, and from left to right you have this transition of mountains all the way to the ocean, something that you rarely see in Tokyo. With our sightseeing day coming to an end, it was time for dinner, and I've been highly anticipating the local delicacy, the beef tongue. To get our beef tongue fix, we went to the famed Rikyu beef tongue restaurant. Every item on the menu pretty much had some form of beef tongue in it, so I decided to go for a set so I could try all sorts of things at once. In my set there was a beef tongue onion soup, beef tongue stew, and of course, the glorious beef tongue itself. The tongue was absolutely amazing. It's some of the best beef I've had in Japan yet. And the good surprise was the beef tongue stew. It was really nice and soft, and the flavour, definitely hit up this place. Our accommodation for the night was just south of Sendai in the area of Zao, where we stayed at the Miyagi Zao Royal Hotel. The hotel was nestled away quietly in the mountains, and so the hotel itself actually has every sort of facility that you could ever want. First of all, put on your provided yukata and then check out everything that the hotel has to offer. The biggest draw of the hotel is the onsen, of which they both have an indoor and an outdoor part, and it's great for a bit of relaxation. The hotel also features karaoke, table tennis, an arcade, a bar, and a little shop selling all sorts of snacks and souvenirs. They even have Samurai Hello Kitty because why not? After a good night's sleep, we headed back to Sendai the next day, did some shopping, and then went to the highlight location of the day, Bennyland. Bennyland not only partially shares my name, but it's also a cool amusement park. Now, while it is aimed more towards younger crowds, older crowds can also find enjoyment with things such as archery and go-karts. Unfortunately, the go-karts have a fixed speed of, I could probably walk faster than this, and so it's hard to really overtake anyone or have a bit of fun competition with your friends. Although, I still managed to overtake one friend. The roller coaster, while short, was pretty fun, and I also risked my camera's safety by bringing it aboard the pirate ship.
The back is better. water.
For our second night, we arranged to stay at an Airbnb for the night, where we had great interaction with the locals, especially after a few beers when my confidence level in using my Japanese increases tenfold. And that was pretty much Sendai. So, what about that bottle at the beginning, you ask? Well, no trip is complete without some sort of wacky souvenir. And here it is. This is beef tongue cider. Now, last time the wacky souvenir from the ramen museum didn't end so well, but I'm feeling pretty hopeful about this. So, without further ado, let's give it a try. Alrighty, beef tongue cider. Oh god. Ah. I feel like I'm just drinking a Whopper. Jeez. Oh. Alright. No more wacky souvenirs.